Among the hundreds of tourists visiting in front of the White House on a Saturday morning, a rather small group of protesters assembled. 4 people carrying signs, Andrew Beecham carrying a paperback copy of the Islamic holy book, the Koran, and veteran anti-abortion protester Randall Terry. The group believes parts of the Koran are hateful and are dangerous to non-Muslims.
The punishment of those who wage war against Allah and His apostle and strive to make mischief in the land is only this, that they should be murdered or crucified, or their hands and their feet should be cut off on opposite sides, or they should be imprisoned.
Doing what we are doing right now, saying that Jesus is Lord and that Muhammad is a false prophet, that is a capital offense. And it calls for us to be crucified according to Quranic law.
The protesters tore out and crumpled up about a half-dozen pages from the Koran. They carefully tucked the torn pages into a plastic bag so no one could be accused of littering. Police kept watch on the small demonstration and did not disturb it in any way. Some tourists stopped for only a moment, then went on about their sightseeing. Others did stand and watch, some in agreement with the anti-Quranic protest.
Everybody has the ability to read and compare the texts, and his opinion is based on what he's read and compared. So I don't have a problem with it at all.
Other tourists were troubled by the deliberately disrespectful demonstration.
I just don't think it's right to hate on other religions. I mean, I understand the freedom of speech, but I don't know. I just don't think that this is necessary, especially on today.
About 25 minutes after it started, the protest was over, and Pennsylvania Avenue went back to the tourists. In Washington, John Henrahan, Fox 5 News. In Washington, John Henrahan, Fox News.
Still to come on the News Edge, dealing with drought.
Red raspberries ripe for the picking. But what they're experiencing out here on the farm is probably the same thing you've noticed at your place. It's on the dry side.
Before you turn on that faucet tonight, you may want to think about how much water you're using. While D.C. isn't officially in a drought, the Council of Governments has declared a drought watch. Tonight, Fox 5's Beth Parker takes us down on the farm where the dry conditions are already having an impact.
This one's perfect. My son read a book about berry picking, and so he's just been begging to go.
The flavor of a sweet red raspberry has jumped off of the page and popped into the mouth of 3-year-old Andrew Day. He's visiting Butler's orchard. Andrew's mom, Catherine, is a gardener herself.
You know, all my geraniums are dying, and I have to water them every day on the porch.
The Butler family has been watering too. The irrigation you see here is laying the groundwork for next year's strawberries.
We really need to get our strawberry plants nice and healthy this time of the year because they're making their fruit buds now in September and early October for next year's crop.
In the places where they're not watering, you see dry, cracked earth.
Now, it's certainly not a situation where the crops are wiped out, but there will be a reduced yield. For example, a vine that would have had 8 pumpkins on it will now have 5 instead.
Butler's has 20 acres of pumpkins.
There's pumpkins coming. There's a couple nice ones on this vine. Orange ones, they're still a little soft, so they need to cure a little bit more.
While Wade Butler likes these beautiful blue skies, a hot, dry summer has made things difficult.
And even just 10 miles away, you know, a neighbor would say, "Oh, we got an inch of rain last night." I'm like, "What?" You know, it was cloudy here.
The heavy winter snow melted slowly and helped make for a successful spring, but the pounding summer rains were not as useful to farmers.
That rain came so fast, it really didn't have time to soak into the ground and do what we needed.
You can lift the whole cane up.
Butler knows the weather will never be perfect. There are always peaks and valleys. In Montgomery County, Beth Parker, Fox 5 News.